When my son told me, "Mom, you don't need this big house anymore," I smiled, but deep down my heart cracked a little. I had lived in that house for 35 years. Every wall had a memory. Every corner had a story. My late husband built it with his own hands, brick by brick, with dreams we both shared. After his passing, the silence in those rooms became my companion. But one day that silence was broken, not by love but by greed. My son Mark started visiting me more often. First I thought it was care, but soon I realized it was calculation. He began asking strange questions about the house, about ownership papers, about taxes. He had a wife, Clara, a woman I never truly trusted. She always spoke too sweetly, like honey hiding a sting. One evening, Mark came over with a folder in his hand. "Mom," he said, "this is just a simple document to help you manage things easily. You don't have to worry about the bills anymore. I'll take care of everything." I asked, "What kind of document?" He said it was just a power of attorney. "Just sign it, Mom," he insisted. "You know I'd never do anything to hurt you." I hesitated, remembering how cautious my late husband used to be with papers. But looking into Mark's eyes, I saw the little boy I once held in my arms. So I trusted him. I took the pen. And I signed. That night I couldn't sleep. Something in my heart felt heavy, but I brushed it off. 2 weeks later I received a letter in the mail. When I opened it, my hands started shaking. It was a legal notice. The house had been sold. My house. My home. The one my husband built. And the name on the papers. My son's. I called Mark immediately. He didn't answer. When I went to his place, Clara opened the door. "Oh, hi, Mom," she said, pretending to be surprised. "Mark's busy right now, maybe come later." Her smile made my stomach twist. That evening, Mark finally came home. He avoided my eyes. "You sold the house?" I whispered. He sighed. "Mom, listen. It's better this way. You don't need that big house. You'll stay with us now. It's for your own good." I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I just nodded and walked away. A week later, movers came to my door. Strangers packing my memories into boxes. The curtains I sewed with my own hands. The chair where my husband used to read. Every piece of my past gone. When they were done, Mark said, "Come on, Mom, we'll take you home." But that wasn't my home. That was their house. They gave me a small room at the back, with no window and a creaky old bed. Clara would often complain about me. "She's always leaving lights on," she'd say. "She doesn't help with chores. She eats too much sugar." One night, she locked the refrigerator and said, "Old people don't need midnight snacks." I realized I had made the biggest mistake of my life, trusting my son blindly. But I didn't confront him. I smiled, I stayed quiet, and I waited. Because you see, my husband had left me something that no one knew about. A small property, an old cottage under my name only. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I contacted an old friend, Mr. Harris, our family lawyer. He was surprised to hear from me. "I knew one day you'd need me," he said. I told him everything. He listened quietly and then said, "Don't worry. We'll fix this your way." Over the next few days, I visited that cottage secretly. It was dusty, quiet, but peaceful. I began moving some of my old things there, one suitcase at a time. Mark and Clara never noticed. They were too busy planning renovations for their new house, my old house. One day while having dinner, Clara said, "Mark, once we sell this place too, we can move closer to the city." My fork froze in my hand. Sell again? They were planning to sell that house too. That's when I knew it was time. Candle Part 4. The lesson he'll never forge. The next morning I called Mark and said softly, "Son, I've been thinking. Maybe it's time I let go of everything. I have something left to sell. Maybe you can help me again." His eyes lit up like fire. "Of course, Mom. What is it?" I smiled. "Come by tomorrow. I'll show you." The next day when he arrived, I was already at the cottage. I had prepared tea and cookies. When he entered, he looked around confused. "What is this place?" he asked. I smiled. "Oh, just something your father and I built long ago. I'm selling this one too." He looked around, realizing how cozy and peaceful it was. "Mom, this is beautiful. We could renovate this too." I nodded slowly. "Yes, maybe, but not with you." He frowned. "What?" I handed him an envelope. Here, I said. You'll need this. He opened it. It was a letter from the lawyer. His face went pale. This says I have no right to your remaining property. I smiled softly. That's right. I learned to read my papers this time. He looked angry, betrayed even. Mom, how could you do this? I looked him straight in the eye and said, the same way you sold my home quietly. He stormed out. I sat there for a long time after he left, watching the light fade through the window. That evening, I packed my last suitcase from his house and left without saying goodbye. On their kitchen counter, I left a note. You can own the walls, Mark, but never the love that built them. Now I live in that little cottage peacefully. Sometimes he calls, but I never answer. Because I learned something. Trust is beautiful, but when broken, it teaches you how to rise again. And sometimes, silence is the sweetest revenge of all.